All right. Hello and good evening, everyone. Apologies for the late start. I had a long drive home from New York, but we're here now. And even though this is going to be a shorter session than usual, we still hope to make some meaningful plot progression tonight. So let's do a quick recap. Last week, you guys picked yourselves up from the harrowing experience at the Vecker's cabin, and you proceeded to the north. Um, you guys through both Dino ferrying people and Dream screaming through the winter sky on his Wendigo skeleton, made your way along the Kazaran River, where you eventually arrived, thanks to some really good navigation by both of you, at a place called the Fen of the Ice Mists. When you arrived, you were greeted by an otter that was just floating along on a partially frozen lake. And this otter would eventually reveal herself to be a an ice nymph named Svavenka. Svavenka is the cousin of Miriana, who you previously helped in the Haunted Heart way back when you were trying to retake Fort Rannoch from the ogres. Oops, let me mute my Facebook. Okay. Svavenka recognized all of you, particularly Cade, because Cade carries Miriana's boon still. And Svavenka has, well, first off, she basically offered you a safe haven that you can retreat to if you feel the need. She has put her spell casting at your disposal, and she offered up some information regarding the area, things that you might find in and around Xin-Shalast, and she basically encouraged you all to go about your task once you stated it to her. Um, from there, you guys elected to, well, most of you elected to fast. Some of you decided to enhance your own experience with drugs. Um, but at any rate, you guys waited for the next full moon, which was the following evening. And at this time, those of you who had begun hallucinating were perceptive enough to notice the ghostly afterimage of a continuation of the River of Va, which you then followed, and eventually you reached a road that had been very well traveled through the years, but it still maintained sort of a faint golden sheen to it. From this point, you no longer have to worry about following any bodies of water. You can simply follow the road to your destination. However, you were, well, I guess ambush wouldn't be the proper word, but you were spotted by a group of giants. Um, with one of them, a frost giant leaping down from the cave entrance where he and his buddies were perched and engaging you in melee for whatever reason. I don't know. He was foolhardy enough to think that he could take all of you on, and that did not go well for him, as we saw last week. Additionally, there were a set of four cloud giants that were also sort of acting as artillery, throwing rocks at you guys to try and deter you from continuing. However, Cade flew up and sort of held them at bay for long enough to where Dino has sent Chomper most of the way up there, and I imagine he intends to follow himself on his next turn. Dream and good old Deerface have also followed Cade up there, with Babu landing a killing blow against one of the cloud giants. And I hope the map is now correct for everybody. Uh, I spent a lot of time like playing with it, and hopefully it's right. You should now see three cloud giants on the map: one here, and one up here. Two of them should have an icon on them indicating that they are currently on fire, thanks to Dino's. I believe it was fire. Was it fire snake or flame burst? It was one of those.
Firestorm.
Firestorm. That's what it was. Thank you. Yes, two of them failed to save against it, so they are currently on fire. Or actually, no, we ended with them making the saves against the fire, so they're no longer on fire. That's what it was. And I just forgot
What?
and I forgot to take the icons off of their tokens. But the one that is next to Cade and Dream is fairly heavily damaged. The others are less damaged, but you've still touched them both up a bit. And yeah, that's where we left off. So let's pick up from there. Currently, it is the top of the round. It is Cat's turn, and I am going to find some suitable music to play. Let's go with this. So, Cat, what would you like to do?
On, I'm trying to figure out something. Okay, so 125 feet from that one. 105 feet from that one. Awesome. Alright. Sorry, I had a Panzer who wanted nudging me for attention right as I got onto roll 20.
I thought of Panzer when I was scrolling through my Facebook memories, because apparently a few years ago I had shared a post from this page called Boss Fights, and it was like a guy with you saw like a pair of human legs and then like a tank turret on top, and it was like some name, and it was like Human Panzer. I was like, yes.
I know that dog.
Alright, I'm going to use Disintegrate again.
Okay, cool.
On sorry. This guy. Wait, not that guy. This guy.
Okay, got it. So 33 hits their touch.
Hold on. Yes, okay, cool.
33 hits their touch. Now I have to just make a save for them. Open the sheet. And hiya. Wow. This is very interesting. So the saving throw is a natural 1. And not only that, 120 points of damage is exactly what their hit points was. So, Cat, you watch from the road as your Ray, which is pretty much at max distance from here, I think, or close to it. Oh no, it's not.
It's medium, so it's 100 plus 10 feet per level. So
okay, yeah, so you're not even close to max distance then. But long range, sickly looking green ray emits from Cat's finger, and this cloud giant is essentially reduced to a pile of dust.
Yeah, it's like
that immediately begins kicking up in the wind and just blowing across the road, and it's essentially just carried away.
Cat is just gleeful of like it finally working.
Yeah, the cloud giant behind that one is now like just wide-eyed at seeing this. But
All right, I'm gonna end my turn now.
Okay. it's like, yeah, I just deleted your friend. I end my turn. That brings us to Lily's turn.
Where is she? So I'm gonna move there. I can move there. I have enough movement.
Yep, you do.
Alright. I'm gonna cast a spell.
Alright.
Because that's what I do.
That is what you do.
I need to close that. I need to go down here. I'm gonna press that.
Okay, so that is 40 points of healing for Cat. As you use Cure Critical Wounds to mend some of her injuries. Would you like to do anything else?
No, that is my turn.
Okay. It is Ursulin's turn.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Can I shoot something?
You can with your far-reaching sight, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the far-reaching sight is one shot from any distance, but it doesn't. It does not.
Alright,
It doesn't have to be against regular AC.
I guess I'll do that.
Okay,
Shot roll. Can you roll for me?
sure. Which one would you like to target? There's one on the left and one on the right. Left. Okay. All right. So, 24 hits.
Yeah.
You deal. Just have to remind myself. Yeah, no, none of that. So, okay. You deal 19 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage.
Wonderful.
Would you like to move at all?
Yeah. Not particularly.
That's fair. Okay.
Well, I thought you meant in real life.
I mean, I meant in game, but I mean, you can. You're more than welcome to answer in real life.
I feel like poop.
I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
I don't think I will.
So I take it. I
Not
think
with that
eventually
attitude.
You'll feel better.
Yes.
What?
Statistically speaking, eventually you'll feel better.
Yeah, and like maybe a day or two.
Not proven.
Alright.
There's a chance.
You'll either
It's
feel
not
better or
like
you'll
it-
feel nothing because you'll be dead. I'm
It takes
kidding. I'm not
more
gonna
than
put
a
that out there.
day.
You already put that out there. Why?
Listen,
It's not gonna be the case. You're gonna feel better. It's just you feel terrible now.
listen. I have Mortal Kombat on my mind. I'm here for violence. Like,
My tutor.
all right. So with that, it is Kate's turn now.
So I'm going to try to attack this guy right here.
Okay. I'm really glad that everyone can see the enemies this week because that was a saga last week.
I don't see anything. I don't have Roll20 loaded up.
That's
Well,
fair.
then yes, you wouldn't see anything.
That's why I'm using Theater of Mind.
That's good. I appreciate your imagination.
Yep.
Me and my computer having a battle of will, and the computer was winning.
That's not good. Okay, blistering invective.
Daring, of course.
Naturally. Let me include that icon. There we go. And
I didn't mean to move. Well, I'll move there. That's fine by me.
I believe intimidate is it's like I think I know what the formula is for this one, but okay, I'm right. So it's 10 plus hit dice plus wisdom. And 22 is not enough.
Alright. Tried to move.
Yeah, I see you in a different location.
And then I have my turn.
Okay. Dream.
Alright, there's one giant left, right?
There's two. There's the one in front of you, and then there's another one on the far side.
I'm gonna have the Wendigo attack the one in front of me.
Okay. I think you can reach from there. Should be from here. Yeah, it can reach. So it can full attack, bite and two claws, and then a rend if both claws hit. And they do. So that is 37, 34 hit, 42. That's 63 points of damage, and then you can roll the rend on top of that. That's just free damage. So another 27. This cloud giant is fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Not quite dead, but fucked up. You could certainly finish it off if you wanted to. You're in position.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Oh. Do Umbral Strike on her.
Umbral Strike. Yeah, that's one of your new spells. Love to see it. Alright, so Umbral Strike, 29 hits touch, and fort save. It's a 24, which passes, but does not matter as that is still enough damage. 20 points. As the shadowy cold energy impacts the cloud giant, it is essentially snuffed out by your spell. It falls over lifeless. And that is 2 kills now for Dream and Friends in this encounter.
Let's go.
Anything for Babu, or do you want to move at all?
I'll move closer to the new target.
Okay. You're still mounted, right?
Yes.
So you can actually get all the way there because the Wendigo just has a ridiculous fly speed.
It's like having a Hulk.
Kind of awesome.
Pretty much, yeah. A Hulk that can fly 120 feet per round is kind of nutty. But yeah, it's perfectly within the rules of the game.
So it's yours.
Exactly.
You did it.
All right, Dino, you're up.
Alright, where's the last giant?
Top left. Well, top left compared to where the rest of them were. It's up over here. Oh wait, you're not in roll 20. You're not going to see me pinging.
Alright,
yeah, currently it is 85 feet from your location.
That's too far away. If Chopper charges, he has 80 speed because of that. Can he reach?
He does not have a direct. Actually, no, he does. He could run and position himself underneath the Wendigo, and yeah, he would just barely have enough speed to get to within range for an attack.
Alright, before I do that, I'm gonna fly towards the last giant, and I'm gonna let out a dominating screech and intimidate it into dying.
Okay, you've 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Kind of intimidated into dying. I love it.
Gonna
Hey, with my intimidate score, I could probably do it.
gonna
I know,
scare
that's
him
what
to
I'm saying.
death.
I'm here for it.
Also, because of I'm wild shaped, I get a +3 to the intimidate roll.
Mhm.
Peter is still undoing changes. God damn it.
Gotta love computers.
That's fine. I can roll it. Intimidate. Gee, you have a +30. I wonder how this is gonna go. 39. So that is certainly enough to, at the very least, demoralize it. But let's actually beat the DC by a fair amount, so I have to remind myself what happens here.
Oh, we keep forgetting Metal Man.
He got destroyed
Oh, when?
by the... I believe it was when the frostworms exploded after dying. You have a Wendigo now, like...
Yeah, it's true. Even trade-off. Even, I mean, not even.
It's a trade.
Your face is better.
It's your face better.
I mean, he's probably the best thrall yet, honestly.
Damn, Metal Man
Hell
doesn't
yeah.
deserve that.
I mean, Metal Man was kind of useless as a thrall. Like, he can't
Yeah,
cast
was
any
just kinda
spells.
like
You guys took his weapon from him, like
which I have yet to use.
like dude is punching people with a single-digit attack bonus. He ain't doing shit. So
The one you have now, though.
the one you have now though is a fucking menace, and I love it.
It's a fucking dreadnought.
All right, so Dino, you have exceeded the intimidate DC by exactly 10. So it is panicked for 1 round, or oh wait, it gets a will save against this, but it's your choice. Panicked for 1 round or frightened for 1d4 rounds.
Frightened.
Will save is 25, which fails the save actually. All right, so frightened.
Does panic actually mean he runs away? Sorry, I forgot what
yeah, so here's the difference. Panicked has to drop anything it's holding and flee at top speed from the source of the fear, along a random path, and it cannot take any other actions. It also takes a -2 to all saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. If cornered, a panic creature cowers and does not attack, typically using the total defense action in combat. Panic creature can use special abilities, including spells, to flee, but there's been no evidence of these things casting spells. And the creature must use such means if they are the only way to escape. Frightened. Frightened creature flees from the source of its fear as best it can, but it will fight if it's unable to flee. And it takes the same -2 penalty on everything, and it includes attack rolls because it can attack while frightened. And like being panicked, if it has spells that it can use to get away, it has to use them.
Fuck that. Let's make that bitch panic.
Alright, so it's now panicked. Which, let's get that icon on there. Is that it? Nope,
and now Chomper goes for his single chomp.
Nope, that's shaken. Panicked.
I like that. I like that order of operations.
Panicked, 1 round. Okay. I also like that order of operations. Chopper.
PEMDAS, bitch.
Agreed. PEMDAS is important.
You'll use it for the rest of your life.
That actually is one of the few things that they teach you in math that you have applications for later in life. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, so double chomp.
No, he's charging, so he only gets a single chomp.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's a shame you didn't get 2, because oh baby, that second one. Yeah, 35 hits, or 37 because he's charging, and that's gonna deal 41 points of piercing damage.
Let's go.
So very nice. Okay.
And my turn.
Cool. It is the giant's turn.
Also, status update. My computer is on again.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Just
All right.
give me a moment.
No.
So the giant, as per the condition, must flee. This means that there are going to be opportunity attacks for the Wendigo, Jareem, and Chomper as it tries to run away.
Chopper.
Chopper, I'll just roll his first because I already have it open. Chopper hits with a 40.
Yeah.
Dealing 45 points of damage. The Wendigo gets a bite here, and Dream you can attack with, whatever weapon you feel the need to.
Does anything grab?
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry. 29 was the first was on the actual attack last turn. That I don't think grabs. Pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
Probably not.
On the opportunity attack, 37, however, that does grab.
Ah, you ain't going anywhere, motherfucker.
And then, let's see here. Dream's attack with his faux shard, that's a 31 that hits. That's 16 points of damage. And, yeah, Wendigo gets a bite.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, that hits as well. 21 points of damage. And like I said after the Wendigo attacked the other one, this giant is also now fucked up.
This one's also fucked up.
Not quite dead, but fucked up.
Fucked up. Gonna have a bad time.
Looks like it just went 5 rounds in the cage with Francis and Ganu. Okay.
It didn't pizza French fry.
It didn't pizza French fry.
It didn't pizza when it should have French fried. You're gonna have a bad time. Hey, Stan Darsh. All right.
I'm so glad that we.
Oh my god.
Roll
the way
20s
that you
open.
The way
I
that
can
you
see.
just changed, I thought we were going to an ad break for a second. I got very confused.
No, I don't have the ability to run ad breaks because we're not affiliated yet, but someday. Someday. All right, so top of the round, Kat, you have a very badly wounded giant to hopefully finish off.
How far is that giant from me again? 120 feet. Okay. Now, we say hopefully finish off. Are they? How bad do they look?
Like on death's door bad.
Yeah, fuck it. Magic missile.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. 24 is enough as anyway, Kat starts blasting and the salvo of 5 magic missiles of force just riddle this giant full of holes, and it falls over, and its now corpse just slides down the mountainside, coming to a rest on the side of the road.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Because of your proximity to the cave entrance, I will say Cade can make a perception check.
Hey.
All right, 24. Cade, you notice a, I would say medium-sized coffer just sitting inside of the cave.
I've gotten wiser. I'm not going to just bolt at it. I'm going to see if it might be booby trapped, then bolt towards it.
Okay, so yeah, you fly into the cave closer. Go ahead and roll another perception check to check for traps. 20. You're pretty sure it's not trapped.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Inside are 3 items. First, there is a bag full of coins.
Okay.
Second, there is a smaller box within the box that is full of copper bars.
Okay.
And finally, there is a finely made cloak that appears to be made out of cave bear hide.
Cave bear hide?
Yeah, like someone skinned a cave bear and made a cloak out of it.
No, I'm just... Okay.
Sorry, I didn't... Yeah, I don't know.
No, my brain just... There's so many creatures in this game, my brain just was like, what's the difference between a bear and a cave bear? And I got scared.
I mean, you could probably guess it was like a bit bigger than a normal bear. I'm not talking like dire bear or anything, but
okay, see, yeah. It's... Kay's thinking that this would have been a good time to have Dino with them. I don't know the difference between all the animals. There's too many of them.
Look at you. That's my specialty.
I know. I'm gonna yell for everyone loudly and be like, "There's a box full of stuff!"
You're a bottle of stuff.
And then Kay's gonna take some of the coins and start throwing them at Cat.
Oh,
Here's some of the stuff.
we're throwing coins at Cat again.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Cat's like, okay.
That was always allowed.
So
Cat's like, oh.
in total, the bag contains this much money.
-3 gold.
Well, that's part of Cat's share anyway, right? You're throwing it at her.
Yes, I did.
And then for the other two things, you can make an appraise check.
Appraisal.
All right. The copper bars in total are worth roughly 500 gold. And the cave bear cloak could probably fetch you a couple thousand from the right buyer.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna point that out to everyone.
And to be clear there, I mean, actually, I didn't even have you check for this, but just to get it out of the way, there are no magical properties about the cloak.
So it's just a fancy, nice-looking cloak.
Yeah, it's just a really nice cloak made out of bear.
Can the cloak be converted to a rug?
I mean, yeah, you could probably make like a small area rug out of it.
I'm immediately smirking at you and going,
Like-
I know what to do.
Well,
It's-
Cat's not
it's a
asking that, but
It's
Oh,
essentially
okay.
we'll see.
it's
Okay.
essentially sized for a giant. So yes, you could.
Cat's going to ask for the cloak.
Cade's gonna grin and just be like, here you go. Here's your bearskin rug. I mean, cloak.
As Cade throws
Cat
another
is gonna
handful of
glare at
coins.
her and put the giant cloak on her and be like, it is toasty.
Yeah, and like the cloak itself is like much bigger than you are. It's like those ads for what was it? You guys ever heard like the Big Blanket Company or something like that, where it's like they make blankets that are like twice the size of any normal bed. It's like one of those
I love it.
compared to Cat's
Cat's
size.
gonna be like, I feel like a princess. Like literally, here's my train and everything.
Cade's gonna grin and be like, honestly,
I'm royalty, damn it.
I don't have a way to contest that. You're from a literal different universe. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, you're royalty. Yep.
Cat's gonna look at Kate and be like, I'm kidding. I'm not literally royalty.
Okay,
Cat-
my liege.
Cat fantasizes about servants feeding her good berries straight from the vine.
Cage is gonna repeatedly refer to Cat as my liege from now on.
Nice. Cat is royalty to go along with High Lord Chopper.
Yep. Cade cannot handle that a dinosaur is a higher rank than them. In the hall that they were supposed to be godly-like in, and therefore, to reason with that reality being the actual one that exists, Cat is now royalty. And there's no one to disprove me because there's no one from that universe besides her a dream.
I'm not gonna disprove it. I'm just gonna let you know that there's no amount of nobility or hierarchy that is higher than Chomper. After he is High Lord Chomper.
Chomper is high, I got you.
Imagine.
That would be terrifying. I'm not gonna dose your dinosaur, Kate says, panically looking at back and forth.
I say, this halfling weed is amazing. I'm really surprised Dream hasn't tried that yet. Or maybe he has and I'm forgetting, but...
Dino has threatened death to us.
Oh, that's true, yeah, for trying to give Chomper drugs. I remember now.
We have an unspoken agreement of we don't drug the dinosaur for everyone's safety.
Smart.
Actually yours.
Definitely smart.
About the one to go.
Oh, God. I
I
mean,
know, I got it one to go.
not like the Wendigo is anything other than bones. It can't feel things. But...
Not with that attitude.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, not with that attitude. You're 100% correct. All right, so you guys have collected the loot,
Yep.
or at least the loot you found in the cave.
Yeah. Oh, I'll check the bot. Oh, that's all, folks.
Rat God.
I'll check the body down. I almost called them goblins. My brain is fucked up. We
Okay.
are killing giants and now looting their bodies.
Hey,
So,
Ice Giant probably has Gucci stuff on him.
wait, I'm sorry. What?
Don't you know ice giants wear Gucci?
They do now.
Would you deny an ice giant Gucci merchandise?
I always thought they were more of the
Sure.
Balenciaga persuasion because they're evil.
That's what I want you to think.
Yeah, I fucking said it.
How to get a sponsorship? Call them evil. Would you like to sell our goods?
I don't want to be sponsored by fucking pedos. Thank you.
Face bomb. True. I was being sarcastic about the fact that any press is good press, but okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
I was
that.
like, but why not?
I wasn't talking about us. I was talking about for them.
Oh,
A tiny
well,
little channel streaming this fucking chaotic herding cats game that we call
Oh.
Pathfinder.
Oh, wait, are we going on our rants about like things we hate? Let me tell you a bit about James Watson and why he's the devil.
Okay, we know this, or
He's
I
the
know this.
devil.
But hello. School's in session. This is not Pathfinder anymore.
This is not no longer Pathfinder. I'm going to teach you about genetics, and by about genetics, I'm going to teach you about why
Eugenics.
Watson and Crick's contribution to science are amazing. James Watson is an absolute turd of a human being.
Yeah.
Let's discuss.
all right, fine. I'll try to get the session back on track. So, as far as
Too late. It's lecture time. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
as far as looting the bodies, there is nothing of value on the Cloud Giants. However, on the Frost Giant, there are several items of interest. You find well, his suit of armor and his weapon for one, and also he has a ring, and he has several potions on him.
Several potions? Can we see what kind of potions these things are, or
Sure, yeah. Spellcraft.
use spellcraft?
Guidance.
I use spellcraft.
Cade, use spellcraft.
Cade's gonna use spellcraft if I can find it on my sheet.
Alphabetical order.
Cade,
You
use
know?
perception. It's not very effective.
Boop.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, so
30.
30. Yeah, so he has 4 potions of cure serious wounds.
Ooh, I like that.
Anything else is going to need to detect magic.
I can read magic. Cade's looking over at themselves. Bam!
Cade can also detect magic. 'Cause Cade is a
Wait, what am I-
scald, and scalds are
what-
awesome.
I can
Wait, what-
do a bit of everything.
What am I doing?
We're looting this this unfortunate fool of a frost giant who tried to attack you. Yes, so all of the other 3 items register as magical. The armor and the weapon are more like just generic enchantments. The ring, however, has, I want to say this is transmutation magic, but don't quote me just yet. Yes, it is. The ring has transmutation magic on it.
Okay. Can we see what kind?
So yeah, just another spellcraft and
Guidance.
yeah, that's good enough. All right, so these are the items.
Very nice.
And the ring is why he took no damage when he decided to be a fool and jump off the side of the mountain.
That's awesome.
To explain how this works, obviously it is like the Featherfall spell, except there is no sort of like command or anything you need to do. It just automatically activates if you fall more than 5 feet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Indeed.
I look at everything and I kind of like dump it into the bag of holding for now, and I look at everyone and I go, Selbate? Except for the ring? The ring seems useful.
Thing seems useful. Other two items seem like sail bait, and obviously we need those potions. Potions do be Gucci.
Well,
Potions.
potions.
Yeah, those are spell slots that you now don't have to use.
So we're gonna save those, and hopefully not have to use them anytime soon. How do we want to distribute them? Kate says, looking at everyone.
I think I should hold one.
I think Lily should also hold one, and maybe Cat.
I'll hold one.
I'm thinking maybe Dream, because worst case scenario,
Cat Dream.
our good old buddy Deerface could be an ambulance.
All right, so I
Oh
would
my
say
god.
you, Dream, Lily, and Cat should all hold them because I still have the Cure Light Wounds wand. And Ursulin, I believe, also has some potions and stuff still from last time. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Ursulin had... I don't know, let me check her bag of holding contents. Yeah, she has some potions in her bag. She has 3 Cure Light, 1 Cure Moderate, and 1 Cure Serious.
See? I remembered. I wasn't leaving you out. I remembered.
Also, could you just picture Jareem doing like the calling ambulance bit? Where he's just like, call an ambulance, and the fucking Wendigo skeleton just rolls up, but not for me, like. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
For the ring, I have an idea of a few ideas who can take it, but I'm not 100% sure. What do y'all think?
I think the disembodied voice in the sky would love to hear your ideas.
Disembodied voice in the sky.
I'm not even saying that in a joking manner. I legitimately would like to hear your idea.
As Chomper is my love and pride in this world, I would first suggest Chomper, because out of all of us, I'm pretty sure Chomper is the only one who does not have access to flight whatsoever.
Chomper is also one of the only people that has an open ring slot. So that's another thing to consider. But again, you can always trade them out as you please.
My memory's supposed to be right. Dream can easily fly. Cade and Ursulin and Cat can fly using some kind of resource. I'm not sure if Lily can fly.
Lily cannot fly on her own as far as I'm aware.
Alright, but the thing is between
Cat...
Lily and Chomper is that Chomper's usually in the front. So if anything's going to carry him and drop him into the side of a mountain, it's going to be him.
Okay, counterpoint. Anything's going to be able to lift Chomper is probably not flying.
True. Also, in the case of Lily, Cat can cast Fly on her to give her flight, but that's neither here nor there. Cat's also the only one that can grant flight to other people. Oh no, wait. Ursulin can too. Ursulin has the fly spell. I always just remember that Ursulin has the hex that gives her flight, and then I forget that she took the spell too.
Can fly be applied to any creature? Does it have to be a medium-sized creature?
That's a good question. Let me read the spell. I honestly don't know myself. Fly. Nope, size does not matter. That's saying you hear a lot in life.
Like Chomper. Alright, I know right now we're in the boots that let me walk through snow and not be affected that much. But eventually, me and Kenny are gonna switch back so I can get the cat boots. Imagine both me and Chomper up in the air fighting something on its back, and then when it dies, we both fall, but we don't take shit for damage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds metal as fuck. Like, legitimately, just a giant aerial battle of you and Chomper and the Wendigo and Yeah, please just inject that Kino straight into my veins.
All right, when we fight the blue dragon, there's guaranteed to be a blue dragon here. Here's a plan. We all get on the Wendigo's back. We fly over the fucker, and then he airdrops us onto the dragon's back. We fuck him up.
That is probably the most interesting tactic I've ever heard. I hope it works for you.
We are in the entertainment business, after all.
That's a fair point.
Are you not entertained?
We are in the entertainment business. I love it.
What's the dragon gonna do? Fly away?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it can fly away and like drop you somewhere. I don't know. Not everyone is Featherfall.
Well, and then everyone just goes over to me and Chomper, and we'll take the damage. It's fine.
You say that now. Until someone dies.
It's true. True.
No one's gonna die.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I'm a druid.
You
I know everything.
say you say yourself that the future's unpredictable, so...
also,
Don't
didn't
remember
you,
saying
like,
that.
die at one point?
Took a quick,
Yes,
not
yes,
even a
yes.
6-second nap.
Yeah,
No,
Dino.
he died.
Dino.
He died.
Dino legit had a cup of coffee in the underworld and came back. Like that's what happened there.
Hey, welcome to the afterlife. Nope, sorry. In about 3 seconds, I'm gonna be back to life. See ya.
Dino made it to like the 45-minute wait from this sign in Pharasma's River of Souls and poofed back into existence.
And the fucking
No.
fairy bitch is sitting there going, "Are you? You still have to pay the toll next time. I'm not doing this again. You're not doing it for free." Dino's just like, "Mer," out.
Someone else in the line saw
Right.
Dino's soul disappear and they were just like rude.
Dino's soul's gonna be like, sorry, my healer won't let me die.
It's like, you're not getting your spot back in line.
Later, suckers.
It's like, that's fine by me. Fuck this shit.
Not the most
It's my ass,
welcoming realm.
bitch. I'm immortal.
If we're gonna do our best to make all of ourselves immortal, I'm pretty sure.
You're immortal, as long as Lily stays alive.
Hey. I don't live forever.
You do.
No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure there's a spell for that somewhere.
Nah. If anything, I don't want to be immortal. I'll never have the peace of death.
You have more
Yeah,
lives than
you're
most.
gonna be immortal, and you're gonna fucking like it.
No.
You're our healer. We're
You
keeping
don't
you
get to say
alive.
in the matter.
Why don't I get to say in the matter?
You're our
Because I'm bigger
healer.
than you.
But that's
But you're a
that's
healer. You're the healer. You've took on the role of keeping the rest of us alive. So if I'm alive, so are you. Kate just
no.
says. And Kate just
Yes.
grins and taps you on top of the head and goes, "Well, I'm not dead yet. I'm undead. So good luck with that."
I'm leaving you all to die for now on. Yeah, bye.
Kate just kind of blinks and stares at you, going, "This is backfiring."
Lily just leaves everyone to die and solos Karzoug with one constricting coils and a spiritual weapon.
Just
Yes.
keeps hitting him in the head with a fucking little frying pan.
Pays
bad
absolutely no mind to like whatever other minions he might have in there with him and
No.
and any other artifacts or anything like that. She just
Uh,
yeah, you're paralyzed and I'm just gonna kill you with 1,000 cuts and they're all just gonna watch.
Just reminded me of the show Dinosaur growing up, where the little one with the frying pan just keeps hitting him in the head and going, "Not the mama, not the mama!" And then Karzoug, you can tell Karzoug's out. Just
I love it.
Remember how earlier you said this should only take as long to finish this fight, providing there are no shenanigans?
Well, look,
And I remember you saying that and going to myself, he's presuming a lot if he presumes there will be no shenanigans.
I
in
did
this
say,
group.
I did say that I was going to get you guys to the city and I still have an hour to do that and
Well, we'll see. We are.
Keep falling.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No, it's
Wait, what?
fine. I just I'm laughing. I'm like, I predicted this.
Wait.
Hey,
I
look.
think
Look, if we're gonna have a session that's only like 2 hours long, we may as well just make it a fucking comedy roundtable filler session anyway. Like,
I mean, like all of our sessions.
Like all
yeah,
of our
but like
sessions
especially so. But for real, now that you guys are done looting the body, what do you guys want to do?
Find a way forward.
So keep
Find a way
following
to
the
the
road.
left.
Find a way to the
Find a
left.
way forward. Find a way forward, not the left. Fuck the left.
You go left enough, you'll eventually go forward.
Don't say that
Well,
for Republicans. They might agree with you.
I'm gonna
I
go
could argue-
left.
I could argue the same thing. If you go left,
So
if you go forward enough time, you'll eventually go left.
It's not exactly shown very well on the map, but the left of the road basically mirrors the right of the road. Like, it's just a
Alright,
very
then we're
steep,
taking the left half.
very steep slope up a mountain. Like, but it's also just not like the road. You could just legit follow the proverbial yellow brick road here if you want to.
Well, shit. Fuck me then.
Allie,
Right then, onwards and
Right.
leftwards.
you're now in charge of Arizalun. I need to go to sleep. I feel like shit.
Okay.
Well,
get some rest.
I hope you feel better.
Feel better. I got you.
Yeah, have me kill shit and possibly shoot a teammate. Who knows?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Alright, night.
Yeah, if it comes up,
Alright.
you can just tell me whatever you want Ursula to do, and I'll roll it. But yeah, the voices of a million halflings invade your mind as they sing "Follow the Yellow Brick Road," and you continue traveling to the north until eventually. Drop you guys somewhere on the map. There shouldn't be any dynamic lighting hurdles here, so you guys should be able to see the entire map. If not, I will fix it. Yep, daylight mode's on, so you should be able to see it. Alright. So, eventually, you arrive at the southern entrance to Xin-Shalast. And I will now describe what you see. This tableau before you defies belief. A narrow mountain pass opens into a glacial valley extending north and then turning to the west, so yes, left, at the base of the vast mountain at the far end. Filling this valley is an ice-capped city of enormous proportions. The near end is mostly blocked by a huge fortress of smooth black stone, with multiple towers rising from its high walls. Exiting the bailey of the fortress is a massive causeway of gold that dominates the city as it travels down the center of the vale. So essentially the road you were following just continues into the city. Enormous towers and spires of many-colored stone pack both sides of the central thoroughfare, rising to staggering heights and giving the illusion that the road itself is a valley. The eastern slope of the valley has been partially subsumed by an ancient volcanic flow. Nearly a quarter of the city appears to have been so buried. That section is now little more than a great mass of ice, with the jagged angles and peaks of ruined structures poking through the topmost layer here and there. Where the valley curves slightly to the west, the structures, if anything, grow even larger, becoming truly gigantic as they climb up and over the rocky spur. At the far end of the valley, the city abuts the lower slope of a truly massive peak, yet the city builders appear to have taken no heed of this change in slope, for the Great Causeway merely elevates at a steep angle and continues to climb the incline in a nearly straight line, transforming into an immense stairway. Additional buildings cling precariously to the mountain face alongside the causeway, growing even larger and more impressive as they ascend. The gigantic buildings finally give way a few thousand feet above, but the mighty road continues to wend its treacherous way to just below the mountain's peak. There, a spired citadel looms, its size and proportions truly magnificent. It, too, fails to summit the mountain. Instead, its topmost spires end just below the dominant face of a stern man, carved into the peak of the mountain and surveying the city below. The otherworldly quality of this strange panorama is further reinforced by the sound of the cold winds slicing across the high peaks, making strange cries and shrieks in the thin mountain air. Like that.
Nope. Nope. This place is gigantic.
It is time to make another fortitude save against the altitude.
Irons for jumper.
Ooh.
Hey, we Gucci. Ah, no, not again.
She's bundled up in her bear coat, damn it.
That's
Give
true.
her-
Do I get bonus for the bear claw?
She is very, very insulated compared to before.
Like, actually, legitimately, do I get a bonus for the bear cloak?
You don't, but fortunately for you, 16 is just good enough.
Oh,
Um,
yay!
Just
And
need
we're gonna call that the bear coat that saved you.
Dream and Lily to roll. Wendigo is immune because he's undead.
Okay, it's half immune.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Fortitude save. This is for being at the high altitude.
Duh.
Oh, Dream.
Damn it.
Dream.
Take
You're
a few
a
drugs, you'll be
bird.
fine.
How do you have an issue with high altitudes?
He got a little cold. He has the sniffles.
I mean, to be fair, even owls have their limit.
I know. I was just teasing him, everyone.
I know.
How dare you tease people? You're so mean,
I'm
Cat.
sorry. It wasn't. I mean, yes, it was Cat. Totally. Yeah, Cat. Why are you so
Yeah,
mean?
Cat. Why are you so mean?
Consider this an educational moment for viewers who might not know. Not every bird lives at 15,000 feet. So yeah, everyone except for Dream is fine. Dream is fatigued by the high altitude and the thin air. It's just -2 to your strength and dex until the condition's removed. That's really all it
Sharp
is.
sugar.
Sharp sugar. That's just going to add to the fatigue when it ends. What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I thought there was something else.
Yeah, I'll let you figure it out. Well, okay, so yeah, so much like the road that you walked upon to get here, the road as it continues through the city appears to be very well traveled. Though for the moment you don't see anything else around. I'm just there are so many points of interest here that I'm just going to reveal the letter markers, and if we need to know about them, then I will explain. They really almost put like the whole goddamn alphabet in this adventure. It's just nuts. So many points of interest.
Xin-Shalast is already
City of
for my little brain.
City of Greed. So, some other details that you can tell just from being now just inside the city limits. As I mentioned, all of the structures, even the ones that are immediately next to you here, are just of massive proportions, multiple levels. But usually they just appear to be in the form of towers of various shapes. You also notice that most of the buildings are covered in what looks like a thin layer of hoarfrost.
Terrifying.
Additionally, even even though some of the buildings appear to have holes in the roof, or you might see one that has like a crumbled section, strangely, everything appears to remain structurally sound. The buildings are just insanely durable with really all of the construction material being very thick and able to withstand the elements as well as the altitude. And the structures that are immediately in front of you, they do remind you a little bit of places you've been to elsewhere in Varizia. For example, some of the architecture may remind you of the Irespan in Magnamar. And at the far end, when I had said that the road kind of just gives the appearance of a stairway from how steep it is, that is reminiscent of the Storval Stair, where you fought a bunch of giants and just before you went into Jorgenfest. And above all else, it is abundantly clear that whoever built all of this, it has just a magnificent amount of architectural skill. And as well as this kind of face here, this is the thing you see at the very top of the mountain off in the distance.
When we're done here, I'm so stone shaping the fuck out of that mountain.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if Dino like he just makes it into himself. Like
Good idea.
I'd laugh so hard.
I'm gonna need a lot of stone shit to do that. First, the first order is make sure that nothing is hiding in these buildings or in the general vicinity, because I don't like hiding things.
All right. Are there any specific ones that you check in terms of like any of the markers? Do you check any of those?
Well, I'm at the very bottom of the map, so I'm gonna start with G, F, and E.
Okay. So
Slowly work my way up.
from the outside, so let's see. F. All right, so yeah, give me 3 perception rolls, one for each.
And
And I'll tell you what you see. All right, pretty good. So
My headset disconnected, so I missed the very end of what you were saying. I apologize.
Dino is checking like the first 3 marked sort of points of interest on the map for any signs of life, essentially.
Also using scent because I have that.
Yes, because you are still wild shaped.
Cade's gonna see if there's any rodents or wolves or any of the bats or any creatures like that I can speak with and communicate that are within area of me, and try to speak to them in a friendly term, offer like pieces of ration or whatever to gain some trust and see if they have any information.
All right, go ahead and roll perception as well.
Not my best roll.
All right, so I'll go through everything in order here. So, Dino, you head to E is closest to you, so we'll start there. The sort of ruined sections of the road sort of branch off at this point. You feel drawn to the building that looms before you, and against your nature, you go right instead of left. You follow the narrower path that leads around to the west, while the main thoroughfare passes through what looks to be a looming stone wall flanked by glossy black towers. It seems to be some sort of ancient gateway to the city proper, but you also notice that there is a dark mass of what looks to be gritty, rocky ice that's pressing up against this fortress's northern face. which gives the impression that the lava flow that came through here at one point had been apparently stopped, but only just by the stone walls. In this location, the walls of the fortress are 50 feet thick. They rise up to a height of 75 feet above where you're currently standing. And the towers of the fortress go as high as 200 feet. The fortress itself appears to be composed of mostly volcanic glass. And as far as any signs of life, you're still a flying creature, so I would imagine you're attempting to get above the height of the wall so you can see what's inside, right?
Yes.
All right, do me a favor. Roll stealth.
Uh-oh. Irons!
Why are you saying uh-oh?
I mean, it's not
I have a -3.
it's not particularly likely that you're going to get spotted. This is more for flavor.
No, but at a -3 to stuff, I'm still scared.
That's fair. Okay, so what you see are several very strange looking creatures. They almost look like a hairless harpy, I want to say. Here, I'll share the full image of what they look like so you can get an idea.
Oh, I don't like it. It's a featherless vulture. Can I use my knowledge of nature to know what that is?
You could, but this is not a naturally. Actually, no, it is. It is considered a monstrous humanoid. So yes, it is nature. I'd assumed it was an outsider, and I was wrong.
Guidance.
43. Yikes, that is very high. So this is actually a type of lamia. I don't know if I'm getting this pronunciation right. I'm just going with kukrima, like it's a hard CH, but I could be wrong. So these creatures are, yeah, they are similar in appearance to harpies or vultures, as you stated. Like most other lamias, they are evil by nature. They prefer to they actually fight similarly to harpies. They have natural weapons, and like many harpies, they also carry longbows. These particular ones do, at least. They are capable of inflicting disease with their bites. They are also known for being quite fast and quick to ready themselves for a fight. And they are known to be aggressive. And they are also very skilled flyers. With a speed that can match you. But not the Wendigo.
So what you're telling me is that they need to die.
More or less, yeah. I mean, again, you don't have to do anything about this or with this information, but that's just what you know about them. Additionally, excuse me. Additionally, you see that these creatures have some sort of almost like a cattle pasture of some kind set up. Except they're not farming cows or sheep. They're not farming people. Yeah, it's not cows or sheep or any sort of like expected type of livestock. They have a bunch of aurochs.
Does Cade know what that is?
So they look like this.
Oh. Are they big size or small size? Like, are we talking like the mini giraffe in the old fucking commercials, or are we talking about like these things are larger than a giant kind of thing?
They are huge size creatures.
Oh.
So they are currently dino-sized.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
And there are a lot of them.
Well, I'm on. Are we still on Dino? Or did Dino take off? Like, I don't know. Like, did he go off on his own to go look? Or
I
did he
imagine
fly
Dino
off
is
without us?
inspecting by himself, but he didn't
Okay.
specify, so I don't know for sure.
I didn't specify, so I would say that it was just me, like, taking a quick glance around. Maybe Dream's with me, because he's also very good at seeing things.
Yeah, I'm with him.
That's true. Dream definitely has advanced eyeballs.
So I'm on the ground playing with dirt and rats, and you guys are actually seeing this in real time in horror. Gotcha.
Yes. So that is about the whole of what you see at that location. I'll resolve Cade's check really fast.
Go ahead.
You're having a hard time finding any natural life in terms of vermin or other animals that are willing to risk trying to exist at this altitude. This is a very, very unforgiving climate for naturally occurring animals that aren't already acclimated to these heights. So you're still looking, but right now you haven't found anything yet. Next, I will do location F. Location F is more or less just looking along the stretch of the road that you can immediately see before you, as that's really just what that marker indicates. I will, you know what? Here, I'll roll for something and we'll see if anything is around for you to spot.
As you're doing that, refresh my memory, how far away are they?
Are the things you spotted in the fortress? It's
Yeah, the vultures.
I mean, it's a pretty large setup there, so I would say that the nearest one is, I would say, a good distance. Like none of them are immediately like patrolling this, like the wall that you're attempting to see over or anything like that. And since the wall itself is 50 feet thick, I mean, you're looking at probably like, I'd say 130 to 150 feet from the nearest one.
In that case, I'm gonna tell Dream for now that I'm really content with just letting them be. They're not really doing anything up here. They're just doing their own thing. But they attack as with most things, they must die.
Okay, so for as far as my role went, given what you fought outside of the city, you might expect to see this place just full of giants, right? Oddly enough, currently you don't spot any giants or really anything else other than what was in the fortress, which does come off as strange. But for now, it appears that you're free to snoop around without fear of getting caught. Finally, location G. You head that way. You find this section of the ruined city has been cleared of rubble, leaving a roughly circular courtyard about a quarter mile in diameter. There are many oversized tents and crude shelters that have been erected in the clearing, turning it into what looks like a giant-sized refugee camp. And if you were wondering where the giants were, this is where they are. You spot several groups of cloud giants, frost giants, storm giants, hill giants, stone giants, as many types of giants as you can name. No fire giants, but most other types of giants that you've already encountered before are there. Additionally, there is one stone giant who does see you peeking in, but it doesn't raise an alarm or anything of the sort. It kind of just watches you just as you're watching him. It makes no immediate move or attempt to alert anybody to your presence. It just simply notices you.
Alright, I like to try to read his emotions on what he's thinking. Is he thinking that, am I a normal creature that would be around here? Is it thinking that I'm not really a threat to it? Like, what's going on in his mind right now?
Okay.
You could use me for sense motive.
True, I'm not sure if you're with me or not.
Well, I mean, the description of what you want to do implies that you're going to do it yourself. So go ahead and roll sense motive.
Me or Dino?
Dino.
That's
22.
3.
23, yes. You get the sense that this giant is smart enough to know that the creature you're currently masquerading as isn't supposed to be here.
You should see if it wants to kill you.
If it would have attacked me by now. So it's more
True.
probably of it's aware of my power and it's just being wary of my presence.
True. But
So
still.
what I've gathered from this is that the giants don't really care if we're here or not. So, but just in case, I do advise on staying away from them.
Yeah, and to be clear, like, this is the only giant in the entire encampment that you know for a fact has spotted you. Although it doesn't appear that any of the others have. The rest of them kind of appear to just be going about their business. Whether it's, making preparations or sitting around campfires or just living in various tents and yurts, sleeping, doing whatever. But yeah, this one stone giant knows you're here, knows that you're currently a creature that doesn't exist in this part of the world. But I don't want to say like it doesn't care that you're here, but it doesn't feel the need to make a big scene out of your presence or the fact that it sees you.
Is it like not a priority for it effectively right now? It's got bigger things to fry immediately, so and it's just like, well, that's there. Yeah, I see it. All right, whatever. Correction. Is it one we've seen before? Do we recognize it?
You do not recognize it.
All right, it's worth a shot.
As for the rest of it, you can roll sense motive to find out.
Cade wants to roll all of the motive sensing. Boop.
15. Hard to tell.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
Yeah, hard to tell. If anything, you might think that this giant knows that if it were to come at you by itself, that there's a chance maybe it knows it's no match and that's why it's not attacking you. But that's only a guess on your part.
Just make this a little bit easier. I'm gonna say that there's vulture boys around. There's definitely a shitload of giants. I'm definitely going back for the others, so we can all either fight or just be prepared to fight.
I'm asking the DM.
Everyone's with me now.
Is the stone giant alone?
No, he's very much not alone. This is a large encampment of several types of giants and a lot of them.
I wasn't sure if he was standing off to the side more.
I mean,
if he notices on your own, or if he was in a group and
yeah. All right, so
like, I'm just asking like for a descriptor. I know my character is not there, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
I would say that he's currently sitting alone. He's making himself some food over a fire. However, there are lots of other giants that are walking around his general vicinity while this is going on, and while he's looking at Dino and trying to figure out who he is and why he's here.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Appreciate that clarification.
But yeah, he's definitely taking an inquisitive approach to Dino's presence.
I wait for a mission report from my friends, and sadly realize that I'm not gonna make any little animal friends tonight.
Yeah, still nothing has turned up for you.
Oops. I meant to go
However,
to
before
read
I
it.
go back and tell the others, out of curiosity, does this seem like a whole village of them, or does this just seems like a whole bunch of warriors grouped together?
I would say basing it off of what you've seen previously, because seeing this would instantly remind you of Jorgenfist and how there were lots of separate giant encampments just like this around the fortress itself. If you know, exercising caution in your theory, I would say that you would probably think that this is but a very small piece of the forces that Karzoug may have at his command.
And they might have to die, but we should bet. Yeah, I'll think about it later. I'm gonna tell the others what I found. No vulture things that possibly need to die. Rather not deal with if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Giants, very possible, but they don't seem too intent on fighting, so not much of a priority either.
Right.
I
And
look immediately at Ursula and I go, so do you know of any secret doors?
I can have her check for that. So let's see. I do have something in my notes that may suggest that there are. So let's see what happens. Did she prepare it though? That's the question. She did not prepare it.
All right.
Oh, wait, I do. Hold on. I'm
You-
sorry.
You've detect
So
secret
Kurt-
doors because that's what we're talking
Yes!
about. Oh, that's
Cade
right.
I
was
do.
talking
I
to-
have
no,
detect
okay.
secret doors. I cast detect secret doors.
So seeing Cade be real sad that Ursula hadn't prepared the spell, but was trying to like boost her spirits by trying to get her more involved. Cade like trips over their own words, and Kat interjects and goes, "I got this. Don't worry, it's okay." That's how I expected that to go.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay, so within 60 feet, no, you don't detect any secret doors. There was also one last point I wanted to make about this giant situation here. Dino, just based on the sheer size of the encampment, like I said, it was like a quarter mile across or something like that.
Oh my.
If you had to guess how many giants were in this one spot, the number would be in the hundreds.
Ain't good.
Yeah, like
So we're not gonna fight.
yeah, we're talking several hundred giants in this one spot.
Cade's looking at Dino and going, "No fight."
That's a lot of giants.
We could fight at range, perhaps.
No.
No.
I said perhaps.
No.
Fuck.
Just no. No fighting.
don't need-
No fighting,
They don't
please.
need to die today. They're good. They can live. It's okay.
I'm just saying, in case, best if we do have to fight, we shall take the air and lob spells at them, I think.
Okay, but that's the worst case scenario. Which is not
Okay.
gonna happen.
Cade
Well, I'm
also
always thinking
looks
about the worst case scenario.
Cade looks at
Stop
Dino
it.
and says, "Well, if we're gonna fly, then we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow because my magic only works once a day, and I've already put my feet back on the ground firmly for quite some time, and I don't think the magic's gonna let me float away again."
We could camp out.
Well, then hop on and we can continue exploring.
Okay. Well, if your choice is to continue exploring, where would you like to go?
I'm gonna make a giant ass circle away from the giants, and I'll go to whatever marker I can get to without being seen.
So we're assuming this direction then. Because The encampment is right here. So I'm imagining you're going to hug the right-hand wall then. Okay.
Yeah, so the encampment's at what, E and F?
G is the encampment. E is the fortress with the hairless vulture type creatures. F just indicates like the road, essentially. So for that one, I just did a check to see if anything is just wandering around. As you might expect, the chance of like, you know, some kind of wandering encounter in the city is going to be pretty high. But for now, there's nothing that is an immediate threat to you. All right, so as you proceed, hugging the right-hand wall, I'm going to cover the H marker next. So at the end of an elevated road that is along the path you're taking, you see an immense dome that is made entirely of stone. The structure itself comes to a height of 500 feet. And on top of the structure towers is a smaller dome that brings the total height to around 700 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Decorating the sides and openings, decorating the sides of the building are numerous arches and openings, all of which allow access to its cavernous interior. Let me just read your whisper real quick. Possibly. Roll. This would be knowledge geography. And given that you would have been using the Jorgenfist materials in the library, this gets a plus 20. 45. Yes, you did see mention of an undercity of sorts.
So, going to bring that up to everyone and say
something of that nature does exist here.
Alright, so then I'm going to bring up and say, from delving through the library and all the books about Xin-Shalast and Karzoug, I learned of some type of undercity here. So if it's in this much disrepair on the surface, the giants are not known for going and enjoying being underground. We might fare better trying to find entrance to the undercity and trying to maneuver through there if we want to have less of a chance of running into larger groups, and it might give us a chance to have a few escape routes if need be.
Good idea. I shall use my advanced eyeballs to look for said opening.
It could be something as simple as like a old sewer grate or a water running, like a rain chute, effectively, for the boundaries of the castles, or the towers, I would say. Okay, it's exacerbated going. I don't know how to do architecture, but the things in the bottom of the buildings that they let water out of when it rains. Also sewage. Is there any moats or anything around any of these buildings or anything like that? Like, is there structures large enough where they literally are, like, I guess, separated from the others?
Separated how? Like floating or like?
Like distinctly, like stand out. Like, yeah, the city, but like there are distinct features in certain cities, like, you know, like
so
Capitol building, or like,
this.
You know what I mean? Like,
this city, in its architecture, is basically an encyclopedia on the opulence of ancient Thassalon. Like, everything is extremely, like, gaudy and, like, decked to the nines, and, like, only the finest materials with the finest structural integrity, whether that was through architecture skill or magic. or
Have you?
what have you. Like everything in this city is just absolutely done up to the nines.
So even with the passage of time, it still looks like a very, very nice city, sans for like the lava flow and the giants and things
yeah,
like
I
that.
mean
Like ruin.
the frozen
Just
la-
ruin.
the frozen lava flow and like some of the buildings, though still structurally sound, like having some crumbling parts to them aside, yeah, everything is just
Okay.
incredibly durable for being in this type of location.
So then Cade's really, really gung ho about trying to find a way through the underground system because looking at everything and then looking back at Dino and I go, I know overall that these things need to die, and I know that's overall the logic we usually have, but I feel like we gotta focus the energy at the big one, the big bad, the big bad, not the physically big bad here, because the giants are obviously not doing good things right now. But the bigger, metaphorical, and possibly physically bigger big bad. Cade just starts trailing off and then looks at everyone and goes, Karzoug, we need to kill Karzoug. And then Cade looks around and says it a lot quieter this time. We need to kill Karzoug.
Yes.
Who, if anyone, would like to inspect this dome structure?
So if we can see it, then yes.
Yeah, it's up. Oh, I got the wrong tool. It's
So what would the rule for that be?
just perception, to kind of look inside. Like I said, there's a lot of different arches and openings that you can use to see inside. So
Me and that's
48, let's go.
okay, so Dino, you make your way to a point where you're pretty certain that you won't be spotted while you're looking inside. And Cade and Kat, I imagine you guys are staying with him, or are you looking separately?
Kat's gonna look at it from a different angle.
Okay, so Kat, I imagine you would probably just find somewhere that, you know, much like Dino, you'll find a place where you feel confident that you won't be spotted. All of you look inside, and all of you see the same thing, or the same creatures inside of the dome. First off, you see in the very center, there is a truly impressive looking, mostly enclosed area. The materials used, as well as what appears to have taken place here, would indicate that some sort of monument was being built in here. However, the final project, or at least what you're seeing as the final project right now, appears to have been damaged somehow, or ultimately almost destroyed, as in the very center of the room you see a heap of rubble that reaches almost 100 feet high. Additionally, this place is full of various spiraling ramps, and you also spot smaller chambers that have been built into the walls. Now, as far as inhabitants, you see two different types of creatures. You see roughly a half dozen abominable snowmen, and you see a few sort of demonic looking creatures, blue skin, very exaggerated facial features, like kind of wide noses. They have 3 eyes, large like lower fangs that protrude from the mouth. They kind of give the appearance of like an oni of some sort.
Interesting.
Wasn't it only like creatures we read at the library specifically saying that they are on Karzoug's side? Or am I tripping?
No, that wasn't one of the types of creatures that you read about. So yeah, this would come as a bit of a surprise to those of you who spent time reading up on this stuff. I'm just gonna put a link in the, or I'm gonna try to put a link in the chat. Hopefully this, yeah, that's a short enough link. Oh, cool! Just posted the picture. So yeah, that's more or less what they look like.
Yeah, that's something that would live in the mountains. Fair enough.
Do I see anything in particular with the nat 20 or no?
Oh, sorry.
Not upset. Don't be. Because Dino rolled higher than I did, even with the nat 20. So like, I wasn't sure.
I would say that you and Dino get a bit better look at what's inside, or rather, what these creatures are, potentially wielding as weapons. You kind of assess their threat level a little bit. The abominable snowmen do not have any weapons to speak of, but you of course see sizable fangs and claws on all of them. Pretty grisly looking creatures. As far as the more Oni-like beings, they also do not carry any weapons. However, you watch as a couple of them are currently sparring. They are fighting by sort of firing off icy looking projectiles at one another. And you notice that when one of them gets peppered by these projectiles, the resulting wounds seem to close up pretty quickly, almost unnaturally quickly.
So they're sparring. That's not good.
It is at this point that all of you hear a voice from the perspective of the people who are searching the dome. It's going to be from behind you. For the rest of you, it's just going to be off to the right. It is the voice of, it's kind of like a meek sounding voice, almost like a creature that is like afraid to approach you. But this creature speaks in Thessalonian, so anyone who knows that language can understand him. And he is like trying his best to be discreet. You just kind of hear like, "Hey, excuse me. Hey, hi."
What?
Like in Thessalonian.
So my head whips around. I look at Lily and then Ursula and then back at them and start elbowing everyone, being like, "Guys, hello." Kay just awkwardly just goes a really choppy Thessalonian and waves. Hi.
I pay attention to.
This is what you see.
It's Peter Griffin. Look at his chin.
Oh God. I hate that you're actually not wrong.
Yeah, why aren't you wrong, do you know?
I'm never wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
You're not sorry.
I am a little bit.
No, you're not.
So yeah, this creature, like I said, he's trying his best to be subtle and discreet, but he is attempting to. He sees like all of you around, and he'll settle for like flagging down any of you that can communicate with him. So he is just like, waving his
I notice
arms
him.
and like. I mean, yeah, everybody notices him. Everybody hears his voice. It's just up to you to for what you want to do about it.
I'm gonna give enhanced diplomacy to Kay so she can talk better.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wave back to the guy. I'm not gonna take any steps. I'm just gonna wave back.
So yeah, he sees you wave, and he's now like trying to be a bit more demonstrative that he wants you to approach him. He's just like, come here.
Yeah. Sense motive and well, I said hello already, so.
You did, yeah.
I'm gonna sense motive him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's a trap or not.
Sure.
Yes. Sorry.
Give guidance to Lily.
I mean, hey, good time to roll nat 20. All right.
I easily get 30.
So
I'll
it's
struggle.
32, 31. Yeah, 30 is like a bad roll for you in sense motive, I feel like. That's a 6. So
30 is a bad motive.
So
30 is a bad. Sorry, continue.
this this guy comes in peace. He's not looking for a fight.
I whispered to everyone else, it's fine, guys. He's friendly.
Kata nods in agreement and says, "Hello, little one." And Kata motions for everyone to get a bit closer and away from like the edge of the cliff, I guess, more so towards the wall of cliff, facing the shadows of it.
Mm-hmm.
And tries to like press the digitation a few times to just kind of like cause a bit more shadow around us.
Okay, smart. I like
to,
it.
Like give us a bit more darkness to hide us in the shadows a bit more and ask him to talk to us.
All right. So, after one or more of you approach in earnest, he sort of gets to the point, and he looks at whichever of you are there. I'm just going to assume all of you, unless any of you tell me otherwise.
Definitely there.
And he's going to continue speaking in Thessalonian. Seemingly that's the only language he knows. So any of you who can understand it, like I said, will be able to communicate with him.
Lily.
Lily, Cade knows it now. Ursula knows it. I mean, she's not here, but yeah, any of them. So
hello.
As you get closer to him, you see, he is skin is very smooth looking. He's completely hairless. And he is like very like strangely piercing eyes. Not like in a bad way, but it's a little surprising that a creature that doesn't seem like he's anything would look like this. But anyway, he says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but I've never seen any of you here before, and you don't seem to be hostile or trying to kill anyone else here, so I thought I would try to make contact."
And we don't look for trouble. We just want to find answers here. Let's just say that.
Yes, well, it's nice to make your acquaintance. My name is Morgiv.
Nice to meet you. They call me Lily. I am called Lily. Hi.
It's a wantless noise.
I am now assuming that Thessalonian is Spanish.
What do you mean banished?
Spanish.
Could you say, I Because I say my name is in Spanish is essentially saying I am called.
Oh.
So I'm sorry once again. I don't mean to take up much of your time, but if you don't mind, I'd like to explain myself. I represent a tribe of people, and we call ourselves the Spared. The reasoning is we were once led by a powerful cleric, and she had decided to fight for good and abandon Karzoug's cause. And we believe that she received a divine mandate from her patron that no matter what, we were meant to survive. And so what we did was we excavated a series of tunnels, and we now live in the Undercity. But more recently, trouble has come to our home.
What kind of trouble, if I may ask?
Well, there was recently an arrival of an absolutely horrid creature. This thing is known to us only as the Hidden Beast. It is. It has set up a defensive position within our tunnels, and it has enslaved some of our own to do its bidding.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
And
The
Is it possible to
tunnels.
give
You
more
know how to
details?
get into the tunnels?
oh, but of course, I used a hidden entrance to find you.
Kate's slapping Dino's arm and Dream's arm, and everyone who's next to him just like back and forth, being like, guys, we're going in.
Oh, but I'm sorry. There's more if you don't mind. We had heard of some prophecies, and they state that when, or if and when that we became enslaved once more, strangers would arrive, and these strangers would appear similar to our ancestors that are painted all across the walls of our tunnels in just fantastical murals. These strangers would appear, and they would free us. They would save us. And I don't know if that's you, but I thought I had to try. I had to find out for myself. And so I ask you, brave adventurers, will you help us?
Kate nods, like,
I
and then
will-
looks at Lily, and then stops nodding slowly, and then goes and nods the other way, and then keeps looking at Lily for some type of indication that I'm nodding the right answer.
all I'm gonna say is that I personally would love to help, but everyone else would have to agree with me.
Sure. I don't know what I'm agreeing to, but I trust Lily.
Typically look down at Lily. I crack my neck, and I give the open hand punching into it message.
I'm ready for a fight message, yeah.
It seems Dino and two others are willing to take on this adventure, so
Urslan just looks up and says, if there's something for me to shoot, I'ma shoot it.
alright.
Lily, do me a solid.
What?
Ask him about the giants and if they're peaceful or not, as well as the featherless vulture things over there.
I shall do so.
Okay,
do
so
you know? Sorry, go ahead.
no. Carry on. I was simply just assuming what you were going to say, but if let's role play it out. So yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask him. Also, by the way, before we get on with this adventure, do you know anything about giants living around here? What they're doing?
Oh,
What's up with that?
yes. It's unfortunate to be the bearer of this news, but these giants are assembling in anticipation for Karzoug's return to the world.
Oh dear.
They intend to serve him.
That's one big army then.
That's all what you saw. If it's what I think you're talking about, that's only a fraction of what he may have at his disposal.
Oh my.
Okay, so you're telling me that the giants need to die. Good to know.
Well, perhaps not. Perhaps if you were to, well, I suppose you already have gotten past them. But I would have to assume that if you were to dispatch Karzoug, then they would have nothing to fight for. And I would imagine that they would likely leave this place.
See, that's the reason why we came here, to look for answers on where Karzoug could have gone, so we can stop him in his tracks right here and right now.
Tim, quick question.
Yes.
What do stone, frost, and cloud giants normally do on a daily basis? Like, are they known for being evil creatures, or do they just usually vibe doing their own thing?
Stone giants are not inherently evil. A lot of them are neutral, various types of neutral. The average frost giant is evil. What was the other one you mentioned?
Cloud giants.
Cloud giants. Cloud giants can be good or evil.
All right, not justified enough for mass genocide. All right, we'll go with murder Karzoug and make the giants go away.
Were you considering mass genocide, you know?
Mass genocide is a weird way to put it. I would prefer saving the world.
Are we really about to go into like Dino did nothing wrong territory here?
I will absolutely go into that territory if I must.
I mean, Dino's been there the entire campaign, but you know that's neither here nor there.
In my defense, if something is threatening you, then it must die.
You know, we are not mass murdering giants.
I'll murder as much as I have to guarantee the safety of my people.
Which is all good and dandy, but no mass murder. It's too much for us to handle.
With that attitude.
At this point, Morgiv looks at all of you and just says, "This is so fortunate. You may just be our saviors after all. Come, follow me." And
oh yeah, right.
He leads you. He leads you towards the eye marker that I'm highlighting with the arrow here. This serves as well. First off, he takes you through the hidden entrance that descends into a rather confusing looking network of tunnels. The first impression that most of you get here is that if you didn't have a guide through here, high chance you're getting lost. But he takes you deeper and deeper inside. And I'm going to cut the music real fast because...
Think it been good for a huge-sized creature, or should I wild shape out?
You should probably wild shape out. Chomper could probably squeeze through as well as the Wendigo. But yeah, as you begin to lose sight of the natural daylight that's entering here from the outside, Cade and only Cade begins hearing a voice. The voice is not Karzoug, but it's someone familiar. And the voice simply says, "Yes, follow him. Follow him straight into my clutches, my child."
Nope. Do not like. Abort, 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 abort.
I think that's only in my head.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
What?
Oh god.
No.
Look, it's 10 o'clock, and I don't want to.
SI.
I don't want to keep anybody up later than they said they wanted to be.
I got work.
Daddy, I want to hear the rest of the story.
I know. I do too. I have work at 6 a.m. Oh.
Well, it's going to be a
Okay.
good thing to kick off episode number 100 with, then, won't it?
Yes, it will be. I'm
Which,
excited.
dear viewers, is not next week. I have family visiting next week, so it's going to be in 2 weeks on June 4th. Join us right here, same time, same place.
You see how he tortures us? Do you see how he tortures us?
For your entertainment, god damn it.
For our milestone 100th episode. I never thought we'd make it this far, honestly, but I'm so glad we did. I'm really proud of all of us for staying with it this long.
Like, we may actually finish the campaign.
To
Yeah.
celebrate, we are now level 20.
Yeah.
Not exactly. Not exactly. But yeah, like I said, join us in 2 weeks where we celebrate 100 episodes of our campaign and our channel here, and we're gonna see who this hidden beast is, and possibly slay him. But again, we'll see in 2 weeks. So
Bye.
until then, enjoy the nice weather, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, enjoy the unofficial start of summer, and yeah, hope to see you back here in a couple weeks. So have a good night, everybody.
Night.